What's up, people? This is Headphone Champs. Today I'm going to review the Fiio FH3. Now, the last IEMs I reviewed was the Sennheiser IE300s, and I had a problem with their build quality, of course. I enjoyed the sound, but they stopped working. One of the sides stopped working within a few days. So I had a major problem with their build quality. So these ones, Fiio FH3, I'm going to start off with the build quality with these ones first. Now, it's something that I really like on these is the build quality. These are built a lot better than almost all other IEMs in the price range. Very sturdy, tough cable. As you can see, the L connector here is also really heavy duty. I really like what this looks like here. I think Sennheiser should step their game up and do something more like this, because these look and feel like they won't break that easy. So that's one thing I like about these. Another thing I like about these are everything that comes in the packaging. Look at all of the ear tips they give you. But not only that, they give you a soft case and something that all IEMs need to come with, a hard case. This is pretty incredible. I really like that they gave a hard case for this. You also got your standard, earphone cleaners here. So that's something I do like with these. Now, they come with a lot of different tips, so I believe these will fit and be comfortable in most people's ear. I had no problem with that. But I'm gonna get into the sound now, because these cost around $200 Canadian. I would say the sound, to me, someone that really likes bass, is these are not satisfying to listen to. I don't know if these are defective or something, because if you listen to a lot of reviews on YouTube about these, they will say these are bass monsters, right? The bass is all there, incredible bass. I absolutely did not feel that. Now, if you turn this up, these headphones up a lot, which is another thing, by the way, these get loud, like a lot louder than a lot of other IEMs I've tried, especially in the price range. Wow, do these get loud. I mean, I was listening on a Fiio M11 here. This goes to 120 volume. I couldn't get past 100 because I was like, whoa, that gets way too loud. Now, when you get to those higher volumes, yes, you can hear a lot of like sub bass. You get a little rumble in there as well, but all of the other sounds in the frequency spectrum become extremely annoying and ear piercing. So it's not worth turning these up just to get that bass. On low volumes, the bass is almost non-existent on these. That's another thing. This is quite disappointing, guys, because I was looking for IEMs that were satisfying in terms of bass, and these are not satisfying. So you hear a lot of YouTubers out there telling you, oh, these are bass monsters. Like how much is Fiio paying you to say that? Because these will not satisfy bass heads out there. And I feel like what they tried doing is also making the audiophiles happy. So they tried a little bit of music separation and wide soundstage, which also doesn't really matter because of the sound quality itself. These don't even sound better than Bluetooth IEMs in their price range. I personally would not get these, okay? These are not that good. Now, the bass, it has sub bass in it. I'm not going to say it has no sub bass, but the sub bass is very subtle. It's not powerful, and there's almost non-existent thump in the bass. Once again, like I said, I'm used to Sennheiser bass, which they get the bass right. They really kill it with the bass. I really wish they stepped their game up in terms of build quality, because these are built right. I give Fiio that. They built these right. They gave you a soft case, hard case, all the ear tips. They did that, but the sound is not good. And I was looking for good, like powerful bass IEMs, and these are not that. So yeah, the bass, it does have a little bit of sub bass in there. I'm not going to say it has absolutely none, but the mid range, that mid impact oomph in the bass, it is severely lacking. Like I said, Sennheiser does that the best. And going into the mid range, it does have surprisingly accurate, I would say, mid range. The vocals seem big. This gives you a bigger sound stage than something like the Sennheiser IE300s. But all that doesn't matter when you're just trying to have fun listening to music. All of the soundstage stuff and musical separation doesn't mean anything unless you're strictly looking to listen to classical music. So the mid-range on here is pretty good, like I said, at lower volumes. High end is also good. Gives you a nice little crisp sound in the high end at lower volumes. Turning it up, then everything becomes distorted. Sure, you'll get more bass, it's a little more oomph in there, tiny bit, but the rest of the sound is distorted and ear-piercing and not enjoyable in any way at loud volumes. And if you're like me, you like listening to music at really loud volumes, especially when a good song comes on that you really like. You're like, let me turn this up. You turn it up and you're like, ow, this is terrible, terrible sounding on here. And like I said, I'm comparing them right next to Sabat E12s, $100 cheaper. I mean, just go buy the first versions of Sabat E12s to anyone out there. There's no way you're going to put these on and be like, I hate the sound. I mean, they're just so fun to listen to and gives you that powerful oomph in the bass. I mean, Sabat probably took that from Sennheiser just to make it sound good. But like I said, these are not satisfying to someone like me, someone that really likes bass, powerful, impactful bass. If you go side by side with these and something like the Sabat E12s, guys, these are the first version. Okay, Sabat E12s, the first version came out years back. There's a new version, I don't know, version 2 or something. They lowered the bass on the version 2 according to some of these reviewers. But if you go side by side, these are $100, mind you. Sabat E12s Bluetooth are $100. If you go side by side with these versus the Fiio FH3s, I promise you, there isn't a single person that would say these Fios beat the Sabats in terms of fun sounding earphones. I mean, that is next level. I mean, I was putting these on and comparing side by side, and I couldn't believe the lack of impact the bass has on these right here, because these are double the price and they're wired. So I was like, where is this bass that people talk about? These are not satisfying to listen to. And the only reason I'm doing this review for people and why I even started this channel is because I spend money on these things because I want to listen to good earphones, good headphones as well. I don't get paid by these companies. So when I listen to this, I'm like, what are people talking about? Like these just simply don't sound good. Maybe if you compare it, I don't know, to something like the AirPods or something, maybe these will sound slightly more technical, which is more resolving if you want to say, but even so, there's something distorted and digital about the sound when you go into higher volumes. It becomes ear-piercing and very annoying. At low volumes, the bass is almost non-existent, so you feel like turning these up. So you're like, let me get that bass. I want the bass that people talk about. So I, changed the ear tips. I tried different ear tips. I even pushed these into my ear as much as I could. I'm like, where is the bass? I can't hear it. Low volumes, it's almost non-existent. Then you turn it up to higher volumes. Yes, you get more bass, you get a tiny bit of rumble, but then the rest of the audio becomes extremely ear-piercing and annoying. So these are going back. Thank God I ordered with Amazon because these are going right back. Like I said, I don't know if these are defective because people keep saying these are bass monsters. Absolutely not, people. The Sennheiser IE300s absolutely destroy these. Absolutely destroy them in terms of sound quality, but not build quality. So I'm going to keep looking for great bass IEMs. I haven't found them yet. I'm looking for real bass monsters, but also, I like mid-range and high-end crisp sound vocals as well. Like, I don't just want bass. I know what I'm looking for, and these are definitely not it. Around $200, I would still say no. These are not worth it. Around $200, people. No, absolutely not. That's where I'm gonna leave it, people. So yeah, the Fiio FH3s, around $200 Canadian. I would say it is a no for me, dog. That's where I'm gonna leave it, people. This is Headphone Champs signing off.